just about anywhere. Panasonic introduces the Palm Theater Portable DVD Player, the first portable DVD theater in the world. DVD, made possible by Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
That's right, just slightly ahead of our time, and that was the pinnacle of DVD technology, of film watching technology at home. This is Will, this is your tech trekker, and we're going to be talking digital versus DVD, or digital video discs, Blu-Rays, digital versus discs. Now, it's a pretty simple equation, isn't it? It's very, very simple. You love movies, right? I love movies. That's why I'm doing this whole podcast, all of Sci-Fi Guy, really, in general, movie, television. We love to watch our titles, our stories, our many titles and franchises, and we need to watch them at home, because that's what everyone's doing lately, right? For years now, watching at home. So back in the 80s, it was VHS, video cassettes, VHS. That's all we had, pretty much. We had the VCR and the VHS cassettes, tapes. It was a pretty nifty system, actually. I mean, by today's standards, it's pretty primitive and slow. But you could watch pretty much anything that came out, and then you could tape it on your television. Today, we have streaming, and we still use discs, hence the podcast. So what is what's the difference, or what's the better format? I wouldn't say what the better format is, but I will say that for me, for my needs, my personal video preferences now is digital, pretty much exclusive. I still own many discs. I still own a player, a Blu-ray player, which, down converts to DVDs, to discs, to digital video discs. But my preferred way of watching TV shows and film is digital files, digital downloads. So now I think, like the saying, the expression, an abundance of riches, right? You have so much. There's such abundance in whatever you're talking about, whatever you're doing. In this case, film options, movie watching, TV show viewing. We have so many options now, because you can still do discs, you can still buy DVDs and Blu-rays. Hell, there's some people who are still using a VCR, believe it or not. There was, I guess, some article or some, movie fan-based piece, and the writer said, I have, still have thousands of VHS tapes, and I still use it. Great. If that quality and that format is still, viable for you, more power to you. And I still do watch, discs occasionally. But, when you have that price, that access to be able to go to these, outlets, to these applications like VUDU, Google TV, iTunes, and purchase a movie and download it within seconds. It's really instant. To actually download into your phone or tablet or device, that's, a little bit more, but not much more. So you want to buy, I just bought the Banshees of Inisherin, great film. Went on to VUDU, got it on sale for $5, was viewing within about 3 or 4 seconds, So you just can't beat that. Certainly if I had bought the DVD or Blu-ray, from Amazon or Best Buy, what have you, I would be waiting a couple days. And, not too great. Of course, now, I guess a lot of times when you buy a disc, you can do instant viewing. I know Amazon does that, which is great. certainly that is, that's an option. But most of the time, if you're buying, if you're going to purchase a physical disc, physical medium, a DVD or Blu-ray, you're going to have to at least wait a day or two before it arrives. So, the viewing matters, of course, in terms of your setup, in terms of your screen, the size and shit. That's all definitely elements and variables in your viewing experience, in setting up your media room. Remember people, oh, I have a media room. I don't know how trendy that is anymore, but certainly wherever you watch. Now, of course, we can watch on our cell phones, on our tablets, or iPads and what have you, laptops. I mean, I remember when I first got a really good laptop and I started watching, old school DVDs and then digital files. And this is great. Do I really need, the 32, the 42-inch screen TV? But why not have both? You have a big TV when you want to gather with the family or friends and have like a real kind of, movie cinematic experience. And then, you're hanging out and you have your cell phone and, you just want to do it like that. So it's a very individual experience, right? It's a very personal journey. It's a personal media journey, where you want. I know for me, when I'm on the road or I'm just hanging out and have some free time, it's nice to watch a TV show or a film. But for my preferred experience, for my media room, I certainly like to watch on a big screen TV. So what about the nuts and bolts, so to speak? Some people might be just a little intimidated with, oh, I'm buying, shopping for digital, files, downloads, digital movies. It's really easy. You go onto your Roku, your, Apple TV, whatever, or even your phone, a laptop, what have you. Download that app, VUDU, Google, TV Play, iTunes, what have you. You have an account and you start buying your movies. You get them, instantly. It's pretty painless. The only thing, of course, setting up, of course, again, your Roku, your Apple TV, whatever on your screen, your big screen TV, and that is, it's certainly not a huge production, but you've got to do that. But again, you can do it on your iPad, your tablets, your cell phone, what have you, your laptop. I mean, literally, you could sign up for, say, VUDU, watch everything on your, Chromebook, your MacBook, or your iPad, or your tablet, or your cell phone. You don't even need the big screen TV. And this is the real blessing, I think, out of everything else about digital. You can watch it anywhere on any device. Try that with a VHS, okay? Try that with a DVD or Blu-ray. It's not going to happen. So wherever you are, as long as you have a connected device to, the internet or to, your mobile, your data stream, you're fine. And then you can also download. So say you have a trip, business trip or pleasure, you're on a plane or what have you, on the road again, you just download that file into your iPad, your tablet, your phone, you're good to go. And you can watch whatever you want. Now, I think I was going to say the least great part, or the deficit, so to speak, of digital is the lack of extras, or I should say they're less. They're getting better and better. The last several files, including the Banshees of Inisherin, that had several extras, great deleted scenes. So we kind of got spoiled, as movie lovers, with discs, with DVDs and Blu-rays, because you had that extra added value content, the extras, the documentaries, the interviews, the deleted scenes. So, and as a rule, the digital doesn't really have them as much, but it's getting better. It certainly is. Most of the Marvel, the Disney Marvel universe has them. In fact, an average title from Marvel it's like a dozen or more. And, other major titles usually have something. Older titles might not. It's a mixed bag. It's a grab bag. Certainly you might have to understand the way it works when something is produced like a documentary, like an extra for whatever title. It is produced and there's rights there. So if, the production company, the studio doesn't want to sort of pony up or include that, then those rights to view that extra content might not, transfer. So that's basically what it is. But I would say more often than not, you're getting some extra. It's still sort of a toss up. And then finally, and this is something where, progress comes into play. The idea of we keep, advancing, things are, usually getting better, of course, and faster and easier. So digital has all that, but you've got to be connected to the internet or some data stream mobile or, data. So unless you download it before time, you've got to have that, connectivity. And of course, usually it's always there. Once in a while, though, as we all know, connectivity will go down, and we won't be able to play our movies or TV shows. I remember about a year ago, we had a brownout for like 20 minutes or so, and I wanted to watch a film and I couldn't, so I fired up the old Blu-ray player and I popped in a title or two. So so a backup. And most Blu-ray players have, digital connectivity apps. So you could put even like Netflix or a VUDU, movie and TV show apps. So you can run it through your Blu-ray player. So it has the disc, the hardware, sort of the, the physical media. And then it also can go right in today with digital downloads. And then the last thing I'd say in terms of the experience or the difference, when you buy a disc, for example, one of my favorite movies, it just flashed into my head, is Phantasm. And I love that film. Awesome. Okay, so I own the DVD of Phantasm and I own the Blu-ray. I just love that movie. Now, my digital version is quote unquote mine, wink, wink, but is it? So this is a little thing that a lot of people don't know. It's like you're licensing it, really. You don't truly own it. If you look at the fine print, which is kind of, a little disconcerting. In all intents and purposes, you do, because you can watch it as many times as you want. I doubt the studio anytime soon is going to yank it back. But so, in other words, when you buy that disc, it's yours. It's yours, and no one's going to take it away, hopefully. But the digital file, the digital downloads are subject sometimes to, who knows? Again, I've never heard of a company taking away a title. I have heard of some TV shows, I think, episodes. I can't remember the series, and I think they took one or two or more episodes away, and from your collection, and no matter where you had down, I think it was on Amazon, I believe. I don't know if they restored them later, if there was some offensive, tidbits and content in their content. So, and that's a little strange, of course, but for the most part, I mean, I've never heard of whole movies being deleted and taken away. And what's really good again about digital is that it's never, as I put in the write-up, it's never going to get, lost or stolen, and it ain't ever going to get old, and it ain't ever going to die, like in Cocoon. These are digital files, so the servers that they're on, as long as they maintain them, it's always going to be a pristine copy. Whereas your disc might get damaged in some way, scratched, stolen, lost. Not going to happen to your digital library. It's always going to be pristine and yours, hopefully. So there you have it. Judge, consider, do you want to go all digital? Like me, like many, you have both. I rarely buy a disc or DVD or Blu-ray anymore. I still do occasion, and I still have my hundreds. So, you can have both. So as we, sort of graduate towards a more digital society, I guess in most ways, in almost every way, movies and TV shows are at the forefront. And I want to thank you guys for listening as usual. Subscribe if you have not. If you have, great. If not, consider the paid people. That's the $4.99. Lots of nice extras. The freebie is still fine, pretty much. Great too. Either or. Consider, just keep on listening, keep on feedbacking, keep on messaging. We love to hear from you. Go out and explore digital movies and TV shows. It's awesome, especially if you get sort of like a full season or even a complete series. You're watching instantly, can't beat it. Enjoy. See you soon.